going to tell y'all about this story about this one lady who sat next to me in the airplane and while I'm making this delicious snack. So first of all, I was on a plane to go visit my family in the Philippines. So I had to take about three flights, and it was a long flight, but you know what? I was always blessed because there was those 3 rows. It was like 3 seats in a row, and I always sat like alone, so that was pretty cool. So since I sat alone, I was able to read. I slept peacefully. I had like the window seat, you know. I was blessed. You know, it was a great time. And then so I was going back home, and I had, you know, one last flight, and it was like a 8-hour flight. And this lady, so pretty much what had happened was, so I had my window seat, and I was like just praying again. I was like, please, 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 I hope that no one sits next to me again. I was praying like no one sits next to me. And anyways, even if they did, like, just like, I hope it's just not too crowded. And so finally it happens. This lady comes in and she sits next to me. So okay, cool. So the only thing is that, why are you sitting next to me when there's like 2 other seats? And I was just looking to see if anybody else was coming, and nobody else came. So I'm just like, still like, why did you choose to sit next to me when we got another, you know, chair right there so we could have space in between? Anyways, no problem. That's cool. You know, I'm not here to argue or anything. So anyways, I'm looking at this lady. She got like a hoodie on and everything like that. And I was like, you know, she says hello. I say hello. And I noticed she's actually pretty drunk. And I'm like, coming up in here drunk? Okay. You here to have a good time. So that was nice. She just like probably had a hard time, or she wants to have a good time. It doesn't really matter to me. And so what I didn't sign up for is that I was like, pretty much became her therapist. And I was just like, okay, cool. That's fine with me. What's wrong? And she starts telling me about her old relationship she had, about this man who she had given everything to. And I mean, first of all, I'm like a woman advocate. I'm here for you, girl. You know, I'm gonna listen to you. I'm there for you for sure. And she tells me this dude she lived with, he was pretty much just like smooching off of her, and he stopped loving her, and he started cheating on her and this and that. And I was just like, okay, this man ain't for you. You need to leave him. So come to find out, she had actually broken up with this man about 3 years ago. That's pretty deep. So she had broken up with him. I was like, okay, don't worry about this man. You already been broke up with him. Just, I know it's like takes a lot of, you know, time to get over somebody, but you just need to let it go. And I'm about to pop these in the air fryer real quick. So pretty much going through the process, I pretty much just told her, just let him go, right? And so she can't. It's like a long relationship she had. I think she was with him for like 6 years, and that was a long time. I definitely believe that was a long time. And so anyways, we had our 8-hour flight, and we did have, you know, a moment of silence. There was a time we actually weren't talking, and when the flight attendant came through, you know, she comes through and gives you your snacks, right? So I got my little snacky snack, and she orders like, she doesn't even order food. She just orders like a beer and like some sort of like champagne or liquor. I'm just like, okay. She really in this deep. She's very much upset still. I don't have limes, so I'm gonna use these key limes I have in the fridge. They are just as good. She grabs her drink. She's just like super upset. And anyways, we talk it out. We have a great time. She falls asleep, and again, she's just sitting next to me, right? So She falls asleep on my shoulder, which is cool. She has all the armrests. I mean, I don't mind. Lady is going through a tough time, okay? We're not gonna judge here. So she is drinking her beer, and then later on I see her take out like some medication. And I'm just like, I don't know if you should be taking your meds and drinking at the same time. So she was definitely depressed, and I could see that. And I just felt like I had to do something. Like, why, you know, I do definitely believe in like coincidences. Like, definitely probably was not a coincidence. Maybe I was there to be like a therapist to her and tell her don't do that. And apparently she does it all the time, so she's okay. But y'all don't do that. Please don't do that. Don't do this at home, kids. You don't. You're gonna be tasteless. Good stuff. And I guess my main point of the story here is that if you see somebody who just looks like they're going through it, just, you know, it doesn't hurt to listen and hear them out and just be a, you know, like just lend an ear. You never know who might need that and will help them. So end of the day, we made it, and we arrived, and I'm just waiting. She goes to the restroom, but before she goes to the restroom, she's like, you know, I had a great time with you. I definitely feel like we need to like stay in touch. And mind you, she is a great, you know, young lady, lover, you know, thinks she's awesome. But yeah, I just didn't think it was a great idea to send her to give her my info. So she goes to the restroom, and pretty much it's time for me to get up. You know, we go on row to row, and I just get up and leave, okay? And that's really the end of the story. I was there for her as much as I could be. Do you need to stay in touch? You don't really need to. But if you want to be a good friend for that moment, for that person, you could have saved a life. So, bon appetit. So good. Now I'm going to try this garlic bread and tuna. Your world will change.